I have to admit, I was skeptical about the APC SYAF16KRMT Symmetra LX 16 kVA Scalable UPS when I first considered it for my small business setup. I'd seen big, expensive UPS units before, but this one looked like overkill. I mean, it's a significant investment, and I wasn't sure if it was worth it for my relatively modest needs. But, as it often does, necessity became the mother of invention. We had a week-long power outage in our area, and I was glad I'd taken the plunge and given this UPS a shot. If you're interested in learning more, the link to the product is in the description below. What really sold me on this unit wasn't just its size or capabilities, but how quietly and efficiently it handled everything. I run a few servers, a NAS, and some networking gear, and this thing kept everything online without breaking a sweat. I was amazed at how seamless the transition was when the power went out. The alpha-numeric display made it easy to check voltage, battery life, and load without having to log into anything or dig through menus. One morning, I woke up to a message on the screen saying the battery was at 98%, no surprise shutdowns, no panicked calls to IT. That kind of real-time feedback is invaluable when you're trying to sleep instead of babysit servers. I also love that it scales. I started with just 4 battery modules, but when I added 2 more, the system recognized them automatically. No new software, no reconfiguration, just plug and play. That scalability saved me from having to buy a whole new unit when my power needs grew, which would have been a significant expense. And because it's part of the APC ecosystem, I can hook it up to their infrastructure manager and monitor everything from my phone. I get alerts if the temperature rises or if the load gets too high, which means I can act before anything goes wrong. It's amazing how much peace of mind that gives you, knowing that you're on top of things even when you're not physically present. Another thing that surprised me was how little maintenance it needs. Most UPS units require quarterly battery checks and occasional firmware updates, but this one has built-in monitoring that tracks health and alerts you when it's time to replace a module. I used to dread the thought of climbing into the server closet every few months, but now it's as simple as checking an email. The display even shows estimated runtime based on current load, so I always know how long I've got if the power goes out. It's a small thing, but it makes a huge difference in terms of planning and preparedness. I've also noticed that it runs cooler than other units I've used. The fans are quiet and only ramp up when the load increases, which is a big deal in a small office where noise matters. Plus, the unit itself is surprisingly compact for what it does. It fits neatly in the rack without hogging space. I was a bit worried about heat buildup, especially since our server closet can get a bit warm, but this UPS has handled it with ease. And the fact that it's designed to be efficient and minimize power consumption is a big plus, both for the environment and for our bottom line. Now, it's not perfect. The initial setup can be a little tricky if you're not familiar with APC software, and the price tag is definitely an investment. But if you're running mission-critical equipment, that cost pays off quickly in uptime and peace of mind. I mean, think about it, how much would it cost you if your servers went down for an extended period? The lost productivity, the potential data loss, it's a scary thought. This UPS has been a game-changer for us, and I think it could be for you too. The only other thing I'd mention is that the documentation assumes you already know some networking basics, so be ready to do a little Googling if you're not tech-savvy. But overall, I've been really impressed with the support and resources available from APC. They have a great community of users and a comprehensive knowledge base, which has been a huge help when I've had questions or needed to troubleshoot. As I look back on our experience with the APC SYAF16KRMT Symmetra LX 16 kVA Scalable UPS, I'm struck by just how much of a difference it's made. It's not just a UPS, it's an insurance policy for your business. It's a way to ensure that you're always up and running, no matter what happens. And in today's fast-paced, always-on world, that's more important than ever. So, if you're on the fence about a high-end UPS, I'd say give this one a try, especially if you value uptime and easy monitoring. Check it out using the link below.